Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Roxy here, and I want to welcome you to today's video. So today I want to discuss part 2 of the topic of training and nutrition for the natural competitor, and I want to go ahead and shine the spotlights on your workouts, on your training, and helping you to really optimize what you're doing in the gym, particularly if you are a natural competitor. Now, just like I started out in the other video, I want to just make a quick note to say that, whether you are enhanced or if you're a natural athlete, doesn't matter. These same rules apply, but I feel like I want to really encourage natural competitors out there because I get so many women that come to me and they're like, hey Roxy, I really love to compete. I really would love to do bodybuilding, but I'm really afraid that I can't look the way that I want to look because, there's a lot of steroids out there. And they get really discouraged. And I want you to feel encouraged that you don't need to take a bunch of drugs if you don't want to. Listen, if a woman is doing that and that's her choice, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, especially if you are pro or you're trying to get to the pro level and you're a top level athlete. But for the majority of you out there, that's not even like a problem. Like this isn't even a topic of conversation that you need to have. So I want to be able to give you some tips on how you can get out there, how you can optimize your training, how you can optimize your nutrition, and optimize what you're doing to see the best possible development in your body and to reach your best potential. So for those of you that are joining me for the very first time, first of all, I want to welcome you to my channel. My name is Roxy Beckles, and I am a former IFBB pro and a fitness professional who has been in the industry for over 21 years. I started off in figure, and I turned pro in women's physique, and I competed at the 2014 Olympia. I was among the best bodies in the entire world. And then I soon after that retired. But what I do now is I work with women from around the globe in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. I work with a lot of women. And I help them to really reach their best potential when it comes to their body. I help them to rediscover who they are, to get in touch with self-love, self-care, and to really just redefine themselves, whether they want to step on a stage or not, but to do it all through the vehicle of fitness. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the last video, if you haven't watched it yet, take a moment to watch it. I'll put it in the little eye circle thingy on YouTube. And I'll also put the description link, the link somewhere in the description of this video, whatever other platform you might see this on. But in the other video, I was talking about nutrition. And so if you're applying those aspects to your training or to your regimen, you should start seeing some really great results right there. But of course, there is the whole training aspect to all of this. And so one of the things I want to say to my natural athletes and my natural competitors is that a lot of you are overtraining. And that's probably one of the biggest hindrances when it comes to physical development for the natural athlete is overtraining. Listen, your body isn't able to recover as quickly as someone who may be enhanced. That's the reason why people want to use drugs, steroids, or whatever, because of the fact that it allows you to see incredible growth potential when we're talking about anabolic steroids. But also, like when you are, not training, you have a greater capacity for recovery, quicker recovery and stuff like that. And if you're not doing that stuff, your body is not going to be able to handle the loads that you're putting the demands on it to do. Some of you are training like 6-7 days a week all the time. But the one thing I want to plant in your head today is that training and building, you're not going to build anything in the gym, honey. You are not building a single thing in the gym. In fact, you're breaking tissue down in the gym. What happens when it comes to building and hypertrophy and putting on muscle, is that happens in recovery. It happens in recovery, meaning the time that you're outside of the gym. See, training is catabolic. It breaks tissue down. Eating, recovery is anabolic, builds tissue up. So you need to get a rein on that, honey. Rein it all in, okay? Rein it back, bring it back, and recover. So if you're someone who's constantly training in the gym 6 to 7 days a week, just take it down to 5 days a week. You don't have to be in the gym every single day. And I would even say that you can cycle your training. Like you can have some weeks where you are in the gym 6 days a week. I think 7 is really excessive. 6 days a week of training, or even 5 days a week of training, like super hard, super smart. And then you can do that for, let's say, anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks. And after that time period is up, to step back and take a break, to deload. I talk about deloading a lot. I've talked about it in some of my other videos. I've written articles about it because it is really super important. It's kind of like being an actual athlete. Some of you guys are like, yeah, I'm a bodybuilder, I'm an athlete, but you train like you're a freaking robot. And athletes, they have off seasons, right? Track athletes have off seasons. Basketball players have off seasons. Football players have off seasons. And then they also take time in season to recover and not play and not do their sport. This is the same exact thing. Now, those deloading time periods, they can be anywhere between 2 weeks to about 4 weeks for some of you if you're really training super hard. But it's a time period for you to reduce your training volume and the training frequency. So maybe just getting in the gym 3 days a week. Oh my God, some of you just had a heart attack right now. Maybe even 4 days a week. You know, when I do a deload for clients, we usually do like about 4 days at the gym. And we'll do like maybe 2 total body days and then 1 upper and 1 lower. Keep cardio to about 20 minutes or so tops, if I even give them cardio at all, depending on the person. Get them out. And then the other time periods we spend recovering with yoga, stretching, foam rolling, maybe going out for a swim or doing something really low impact to keep them active, but to just give the body a chance to recover. You guys, bodybuilding is just that. It's building. It's not like train yourself into the ground and then hope for the best. And if you think about it in that respect, you start to see things in a different kind of light. It's kind of like you start thinking of things in a more intelligent way. Like, I want to prevent injury. That's important in all these things. I want to protect my joints. That's really important, especially as you get older. And I want to, build as much muscle as I can in the most intelligent way. And so I have these periods of time where I'm training with that intensity. And then I have these periods of time where I'm not training with that intensity. And I'm letting myself recover, and then I'm going back into it again for X amount of time. And in this time period now, I'm focusing on these body parts specifically, and just going through phases of training like that. When you guys start to approach your training in a way that's more intelligent, that's when you're going to start seeing the most changes in your body. And here's the thing that also sets up when you do that, is that it sets you up for longevity. It sets you up for lifestyle. Instead of like this balls to the wall craziness, like of just doing and going and not having an end goal in sight, it helps you to keep that perspective. Okay? So that's really important. I know I just spent a lot of time on it, but I really think that nobody's telling you this, so I'm going to tell you. Okay? Like Coach Roxy is going to let you know. Okay? I'm going to let you know. The other thing I would say for the natural athlete is to consider your acute variables in training. And when I say that I have something in my eye, I feel like I have like a string of hair in my eye. Okay, it's gone now. I wonder if you guys see that. I'm sorry if you saw that. Again, honey, I'm not cutting these. This is like we having a conversation here. Like you and me together. So if any mishaps happen, I'm gonna let it roll, honey. We're gonna just let it roll. So, acute variables. Playing around in the gym with your sets and your reps, your tempo, your rest periods, so important. Like some of you go to the gym and if I say, okay, so what are you doing? You say you're stuck. What are you doing when you get in the gym? Well, I do squats and I do like 3 sets of 8 repetitions and, then I'll move on to the leg press and I do like 4 sets of 15. You guys, that is the most like boring workout, A, and B, like your body gets used to that. One of the things I really love to do when it comes to my programming is something like an undulating rep range, just like an undulating periodized setup in a way. But I do it like in like these micro setups. So like, let's take a squat, for instance. Okay. If I have a client doing 4 sets of a squat, we're not going to do 4 sets of 15. we'll do the first set at 15, and the weight that they used for the definition for us is called control failure. Every client works to that, okay? And control failure to me means that you come within 1 to 2 reps short of complete failure, all right? So we'll do first set 15 repetitions, Second set, you're gonna up the weight, but we're gonna drop the reps down. You have more weight on the bar, you have to do less reps, right? So the next set, they have enough to do only 12 repetitions. Set number 3, load up that bar even more with some more weights, 10 repetitions. Set number 4, load up the bar again, 8 repetitions. And sometimes I'll have them reverse that to go back down in the opposite direction for a total of eight sets. Why not? But challenging your body in that kind of way. And then every week looking at beating your numbers, to go for higher amounts of weight, to really push yourself even further. Those are the kind of things that elicit change in the body over time. Another really great thing to play around with is tempo. If you're just sitting in the gym, just banging everything out, boom, 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 your body's going to get used to that after a while. So look at the negative. Let's say you're taking a squat, for instance. With a squat, the negative is on the way down. So you load up that bar, you step back, slowly lower down to that squat for 4 counts. Hold at the base of that squat for 2 counts. And then in 1 count, boom, accelerate to stand up, squeezing the glutes at the top. And repeat that for the 15 repetitions for set 1. Load up the bar with some more weights. Repeat that same slow tempo, 4 down, hold at the bottom, boom, come up with explosion. You just did that for 12 repetitions. Put some more weight on that bar. 10 reps, same way. Next set, more weight on that bar. 8 reps, same thing. Now, visualize this in your head. Do you see how that pushes the body outside of its comfort zone and makes your body have to meet the demands of what you're giving it? Because here's the thing, adaptation is what training is all about. Training is about adaptation. And your body wants to do nothing but adapt. And the game is to keep it so that your body never fully really adapts. You're always giving it some kind of a challenge, okay? So that with that challenge comes great change, right? So that's what training is about. It's about making sure that you're constantly raising the bar. And as natural competitors, that's going to be super important. Otherwise, you're just going to get stagnant. Now, if you train like that, and you get your diet together, whether you're in a lean building phase or this even works with fat loss and you're in a deficit, you're going to force your body to have to meet those demands and be a lean, mean machine. That's how this stuff works. Okay. Now the final tip that I'm going to share for today's video, and I'm pretty sure I will go ahead and talk about this in greater detail and come up with some more things I didn't think about for future videos. But for today, I want to keep this short. I don't like to go on too long with all of these videos. But for some of you, all right, that are out there, whether you're in fat loss or you're in lean building and you're a natural athlete, you are relying way too much on cardio. Cardio is like your thing, honey. Y'all be doing so much cardio. I'm like, how do you even have the time or the energy to do any of that stuff? For fat loss, listen here. For fat loss, your fat loss, your thing that's driving you is your diet, first and foremost. So go back and watch that video and see what I talked about. And if you don't know how to set it up and you're still getting in trouble, you don't know what's going on, honey, you better get yourself on the phone with me so that way we can talk about setting you up for some coaching so I can actually either teach you how to do this yourself, because I have a program where I actually teach clients how to do their macros and stuff like that, or you can have me do them for you where I create your programming and help you to get to the next level. Either way, you got to get yourself together, okay? For those of you that are in a surplus, okay, some of you are doing that extra cardio because you don't want to put on any extra weight while you're trying to lean build, and that's understandable, but realize you're creating a caloric sink, and all those calories that you need to build yourself up with, you're losing in that, cardio. So tone it down, no more than about 30 minutes. If you got to do it more than 30 minutes a day, scale your food back and train harder to require your body to eat, to use the calories that you're eating, Cardio is a tool in the toolbox, you guys. It's the icing on the cake that helps to drive things along. If your metabolism is the engine, right? Your nutrition is the gasoline, and the cardio is just like the oil on the gadgets to help the engine to keep running. You know what I mean? So it's not the bulk of things that need to happen in order for you to see the changes that you want to see. Okay? So to sum it all up, you guys, take down the frequency, be very cognizant about how you're training, deload when necessary. The next thing that I said was to play around with your acute variables. Don't always do the same things all the time. Mix it up, mix up your tempo, play around with your rep ranges. Always try to beat your numbers week to week because that's what creates change. And then finally, like I said, do not rely so much on cardio. Bring it back, because for natural athletes, that'll just burn through your muscle as well as the body fat, but your muscle as well. And that's not the outcome that we want. Train smarter, eat better, go about this in a way that is sustainable for life, whether you are on the stage or not. I hope that today's video was super helpful for you. What are your comments? Do you have any questions or anything like that? Make sure that you post them below. If you are watching this video and you are not subscribed, honey, you better click that red button right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell notification so that way when I do put out new videos, you do not miss a thing. If you're watching this on IGTV, hit me up with that double heart, like it, tell me you like it, and then share your comments as well. And for those of you that are watching this right now and you're considering working with me, you've been watching my videos for some time now, you like what I have to say, and you're like, you know what, I think that Roxy may be the person that can help me. I want to talk to you. Come to my website, roxyfitness.com/claritycall, fill out an application, set up an appointment. You and I will talk on the phone for a 30-minute conversation, and just because you're watching me here doesn't mean that we're going to be the right fit to work together. And that 30-minute conversation is really just about us getting in touch with each other, just getting a feel for things. I want you to feel really comfortable. If it is a yes at the end of our second call, it's another thing, that you want to work with me and that I want to work with you too. And during this 30-minute call, we're going to talk about what's been holding you back right now, what your goals are specifically, where you want to go, where you see yourself, and just really get in tune with, how I can possibly help you. So come on over, roxyfitness.com/claritycall, and set up your appointment so we can have that conversation. If you are on Instagram, make sure that you follow me at I am Roxy Beckles. Okay, spell my name right, please. I am Roxy with an IE, Beckles. Don't want to follow me there because I post a lot of stuff on my stories and stuff like that. And you don't want to miss any of the extra content that I share. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. And I can't wait to touch base with you again soon. Bye. Oh, baby.